My name is Nick. I'm part of the royal family, and I am an aspiring natural bodybuilder. Nick, before this journey, was a drug addict, a violent person, very insecure. My upbringing wasn't exactly the easiest. I had lost my son to cancer, and that put me down a huge spiral. And I got caught up in a lot of bad business. So before this journey, I was just hopeless. No hope for me. I thought my life was over. Um, up till a couple years ago, I gave my life to Jesus, and He restored me. And spiritually, I started getting stronger, but I started realizing that physically, I was not taking care of myself. So the thing that sparked my interest to start doing this is I've been working at Powerhouse Gym for about um, a year, and I would see these big old buff dudes flexing in front of the mirror while I was off in the corner doing my burpees or whatever. And I always saw that they always had the same shirts on, the royal family shirts, and they were just posing and flexing and, basically looking how I want to look. And one day I finally went up to somebody named Elijah, who now I know as Coach Elijah. And I just asked him, like, what are you guys about? And he said, we're just a family. We like to get people ahead in their fitness journey. And he gave me this whole spiel, and everything that he was saying was exactly what I wanted for my physical journey. And so I just asked him straight up, what are your prices? What is this and that? What does this entail? And as he was speaking to me, I just had this pull to just sign up. I knew that if I didn't sign up right then and there, I was going to make excuses like I always do in my life. And I was just never going to hit him up again. So while he's explaining everything, I pulled out my phone and I paid for my first month. And I showed it to him. And he was like, oh, okay. And he said, I guarantee you within 3 months, I'm going to have you where you want to be. So I am 2 months in now. And this whole program has strengthened my mindset by seeing all the stories and testimonies from everybody on the team. Swole, Bobby Andrews, Wendy, Saya, Myra, and etc. Everybody on the team that I see on Facebook or YouTube or whatever platform, I see that they had the same body that I had. And now it fast forwards them to a year and they're just looking good on stage, feeling confident, inspiring people. So this has strengthened my mindset of knowing what my future looks like. I see myself and every single person on the team. So when I see them killing it at the gym or inspiring others, I know that I'm going to be the next champion. I'm going to be the next success story. And I know I'm going to be exactly where they are. So that way I can turn around at the next person that begins and starts. And I can be like, hey, I was here. This is where I'm at now. This is what you got to do. And so just with that mentality of knowing where I'm going to be and what I've already overcome in my life, I've gone through so much with my life with losing my son and going through all my turmoil that I already have the mind of a champion that I'm going to make it. I'm going to do great. And obviously, it's a process. I'm human. I have my days where things are bad, but I do have the royal family and my coaches to reach out to whenever I am feeling that way. And they give me words of encouragement and they remind me, hey, you got this, bro. Don't even worry about it. The impact that the community has had on me during this 2 months that I've been on it has been absolutely detrimental to how I'm physically doing, spiritually doing, mentally doing. Coach Eli tends to read my body language when I'm working out. He knows where something's going on with me. So we take a second to breathe, talk about everything, talk everything out, and kind of get me going again and get that fire lit to keep me going. It's great when I'm working out and I see like 2 or 3 people on the team that are working out. They give me tips, they give me health tips, how to make my food taste great. If it feels like I'm getting bland 1 week, how to change up my workout routine. And I think the biggest impact is the fact that the team has so many ways of utilizing the gym and the weights that when I come in here by myself, I have a million different workouts that I can do. And that's the biggest impact is not getting bored at the gym. Coming and doing the same old exercises. Now I have this thing where if I want to work out a couple of muscle groups, I have like 15 different ways that I can work out those muscle groups so I'm not getting bored, I'm staying pumped. And yeah, that's my biggest impact. Everything we do in life is not based off of motivation, it's based off of discipline. If we did everything based off of motivation, we would never get anything done. Because motivation is like it's like dynamite. Light it, boom, explosion, but then it's gone. That's it. That's motivation. Discipline is a fire that you have to keep burning day by day by day. So I would tell a person that's joining, it's not going to be an easy journey. Just like everything in life, you have to earn it through hard work and discipline. And I would also tell people that are just beginning, the days that you grow the most are the days that you go when you don't want to be there. Those are the biggest. The days that you don't want to go are the days that you need to get up and get moving. I promise you, promise, it pays off every single time and it's rewarding. I listen to all the dudes on the team and all their motivational talks, and it's always lead back to one thing, which is discipline, self-discipline. So one thing I would tell you, it's hard. It requires self-discipline, but it's rewarding in the end. And I would tell people of faith that have accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior, it says in the book of Timothy, for the spirit that God gives us love, power, and you guessed it, self-discipline. It takes discipline to do anything in this life. I would highly, for people that don't want to be vulnerable, it's important to be vulnerable with this team because I figured out for myself that I needed the help. I have all these stubborn body fat parts on me that I was under the impression that there was workouts for them. There is no workouts that pinpoint body fat. It's all nutrition. It's all nutrition, when to eat, how to eat it, how much to eat. So one thing is full surrender. Don't come into this fitness journey thinking that you can do everything yourself. You have to be vulnerable. You have to surrender to your coaches. You see what they look like. You see what they're doing with their life. And you want to mimic that. If you want to mimic that, you have to mimic them. It's as simple as that. It's not a crazy equation that you have to figure out. Just do what you're told. If you're going to pay the money, if you're going to take the time to come here and work with the family, just do what you're told. Follow their instruction because I'm not sure what other fitness gyms or memberships or programs are like. But one thing I've learned from this family is that they care. And that's big to me. There's one thing that Coach Elijah told me that still touches my heart. I opened up to him and I told him I feel like a loser. I feel like a loser because look at my body. Look how much I've been working out. And he told me these words that I'll never forget. He said, Nick, you're not a loser, you're a warrior. And something just clicked in my mind. And now every time I step in the gym, every time I'm having bad days, I remember those words, I am a warrior. So I'm going to train like a warrior. I'm going to think like a warrior. Even on my bad days. Warriors have bad days. But nonetheless, I'm still a warrior. Get up and fight.